this video, I want to compare two well-known investing newsletters, the Capitalist Insider newsletter and the Kiplinger Personal Finance newsletter. So each of these has unique characteristics and they take a different approach to investing and finance. But there are some reasons why I think Capitalist Exploits might be a better choice for both beginners and advanced investors. So let's start with looking at some of the key similarities between Capitalist Exploits and Kiplinger, and that's just the fact that they both have investment insights. So they both give you investment insights into the market, but Capitalist Exploits uses a more global investment strategy, whereas Kiplinger focuses more on the US investments and it's just much more general information. But the areas where Capitalist Exploits really outshines Kiplinger is one, in their community and networking. So it doesn't seem like Kiplinger has much of a community, like it's just a blog basically with a bunch of information, a bunch of articles, and it's just scattered all over the place, whereas the Capitalist Exploits private forum could offer a much more exclusive environment for in-depth discussions. So there's also more of a sense of community because of smaller subscriber base and because it's just unfiltered conversation and the freedom to be politically incorrect that the members of Capitalist Exploits really enjoy. I'll show you an example of that in a little bit where you can see their newsletters and how it's pretty funny and they don't really have as much of a filter as some of the bigger financial investing newsletters. Also, the cleaner interface. I think the website here, at least right off the bat, you can see it's much easier to understand, and that gives you a sense of what their newsletters are like. Whereas Kiplinger is just overwhelming. There's just stuff all over the place. It's kind of like you have to figure out what you want to do, and there's no clear path. So let's ignore the UI. Capitalist Exploits is miles ahead of that, but let's focus on the actual investment information. So a key area where Capitalist Exploits the insider is really, really good and it separates itself from the thousands of other investing newsletters is the fact that they focus on asymmetric opportunities for higher leverage investments. So in simple terms, they look for key opportunities in the global markets, like some specific thing you can invest in based on rationale that has a much higher likelihood of making you a lot of money compared to the risk. So that's why they're actually beating the market in the long term. And the traditional stock information and investing information on Kiplinger is not likely to make you that much money, and it's not likely to even help you beat the S&P 500 index fund. So it's kind of just I don't know why. This would be useful for more general information if you just want to read a bunch of blogs, maybe get some general information on different topics. And of course, the exclusivity and depth that you would get in Capitalist Exploits is on another level. You're learning from people that have literally managed tens of millions of dollars from venture capital and who have their own investment firm. So on top of that, right, because the size of the subscriber base is actually smaller on the Capitalist Insider, it means you have less competition with your investors. Imagine if there's a million subscribers to Kiplinger and they all get the exact same advice on what to invest in. Wouldn't that make it pretty hard to achieve outsized returns and beat the market? Overall, I think Capitalist Exploits is easily one of the best finance and investing newsletters, and that's backed up by their very high rating on Trustpilot, 4.9 out of 439 reviews. Whereas for Kiplinger, I found it, but they don't have any reviews at all, so I don't know what's going on here. Take that as you will. Besides the purely technical aspects, I really like the unfiltered humor and the sense of community on Capitalist Exploits, because I haven't seen that in any other newsletter. So let me give you an example. This is one of their recent newsletters that I got, and it's got useful information, but it's also has lots of images and pictures, and it keeps things easy to understand. They don't care about being politically correct, and that allows them to share more interesting ideas and way funnier memes. This one really made me laugh. So if this sounds interesting to you, they have a 30-day trial to their newsletter for just $1, and you can try that out using the link in the description.